Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Patsun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/relationship advice, where OP just made the worst decision of his life. Let's begin. My wife cheated on me with her best friend, and I don't know what to do. Posted by Reddit user ThrowRA Wife with BFF.
It feels so hard and painful even to type. I wish it had never happened. My wife Hannah and I are high school sweethearts and have been together since we were 15 and 16 respectively. I don't know if it's relevant or not, but I was her first everything while I had been with one girl before her. I have always known my wife as an incredibly beautiful, smart, witty, bubbly, and most importantly compassionate person. Due to how gorgeous she has always been, guys have always hit on her, sometimes even in my presence. But she only chose me, and I have always been really proud and glad of that. We got married 2 years ago, been together for 9 years. Until this point it has always been an immensely happy and smooth relationship with barely any arguments or fights at all and lots of love and loyalty. Everyone who knows us says that we never left the honeymoon phase, and we believed it as well, going on regular dates, giving gifts, exciting sex life. She never did anything which would give me any reason to not trust her or doubt her. All of this makes it harder for me. Hannah has 6 to 7 close friends, all women, and one friend she's incredibly close to is Amanda. Hannah and Amanda are BFFs, their own words, and have known each other for about 6 years. They do everything together and spend all their time with each other, be it with the other girls as well or just the two of them. They share all their secrets, feelings, issues with each other, and I used to be happy that Hannah had a trustworthy best friend in her life. I have never been the jealous kind because I had immense trust in Hannah and knew she'd never violate it. In fact, I never even fought any guy who hit on her because she turned them away herself. When it came to Amanda, I had just one issue. I felt she was a bit too close to Hannah, like frequently touching or grabbing her, like her face, arms, back, thighs, whatever, playfully slapping Hannah's butt whenever she got the chance, etc. And this felt a bit inappropriate to me, but I know female friendships are different from male ones and they're a lot more touchy, so I didn't object. Plus, Hannah told me that's how Amanda is, even though I never noticed Amanda being like that with the other girls, only Hannah. Also, Amanda is openly bisexual, but I didn't say anything to my wife because I didn't want to soil their special relationship. I think I've already given too much background, so let's come to the incident itself. Last weekend the girls were having a girls' night and going to a concert, and then to a bar. They left from our place at around 7 p.m. and Hannah told me she'd be back by around 1 a.m. At roughly 12:50 a.m. I saw their Instagram post still at the bar, so I thought they were just having fun for longer and sent her a take care message. Eventually I drifted off to sleep since I wasn't really concerned because she was with friends, and they're all responsible. She eventually came back home at around 6:30 in the morning with her hair and makeup messed up a little, and she was avoiding eye contact with me and behaved oddly. She just went to sleep. This got me anxious, but I thought she was probably just really tired. I waited for her to wake up, which she did at around 12, and then took a shower. I asked her how the night was and she said it was good, but she didn't feel chatty or bubbly like usual. I sensed something was off, so I asked her what's wrong, but she didn't reply. Eventually, after about 10 minutes of me insisting that she tell me what's going on, she broke down in tears and hugged me and said she fucked up and asked me not to hate her. At this point I had a mini heart attack and thought she had cheated on me with some guy. I asked her what she meant, and she told me that last night she slept with Amanda. This not only shocked me but confused me to the core. I calmed her down and told her to tell me everything in detail. As Hannah told me, after being done with the concert and the bar, most girls left but Amanda, Hannah, and 2 others went to Amanda's place for a while to relax before going home. This was around 2:30 a.m. After about 30 minutes the other 2 also left for their homes, so it was just Amanda and Hannah. At first, they were just hanging out and having fun, having some wine. Then Amanda started flirting with Hannah, telling her how hot she is, and got handsy, and she just went with the flow because she was quite drunk and also because she was enjoying it. After a while of this, Amanda kissed my wife, which she says sent this strange pleasure down her body, so she didn't stop it and they ended up having sex. Even though I didn't want to listen more about my wife having sex with someone else, I pressed her for more details like what exactly did they do and how long for. And very shamefully she said they did it for about 2 hours and told me what all they did, which is basically every sexual thing 2 girls can do to each other. I didn't say anything to her because I was stunned. She said she's really guilty and she loves me very much. I told her it's a lot for me and I need to think, so I left for a walk. Honestly, I don't even understand how to react. I talked to several friends, and while some said it's just like regular cheating, some said it's not a big deal because it was with another girl. I'm confused because honestly, I am indeed a little bit relieved that it wasn't with some other guy as I suspected initially. But at the same time, even if it was a girl, it wasn't me, and she shouldn't have hooked up with anyone. And the thing which really hurts is that I have always been supportive of her, and had she told me that she wanted to sexually experiment with girls, I probably would have supported her because I know she's never been with anyone else, and to me a girl sleeping with a girl is not the same as doing it with a guy. Which leads me to think that maybe I feel hurt not because she slept with Amanda, but because she misused my trust and didn't consult me. I don't think I'd be able to make rational decisions right now, so I need advice about how to proceed. Apart from this, she has never done anything wrong throughout the relationship, and even now she's extremely apologetic since she knows I'm hurt, and has been begging me not to leave her because she says she'll die if I leave her. What should I do? Update. A lot of people have been messaging me and commenting on my post asking for an update, so here it is. I received a lot of different advice on Reddit, most of which was to just leave her. I was already very upset and hurt, so I left to stay in a hotel for 3 days and told her I need time to make up my mind, and I might send her divorce papers, so be ready for that. She didn't try to manipulate me but begged me to decide anything with a clear mind and how much our marriage meant to her. During those 3 days I was miserable because I missed her a lot, though I was getting updates about her from my brother who kept checking on her, and she was miserable as well. So I moved back after 3 days but didn't talk to her a lot. She kept apologizing to me and doing everything she could, like cutting off all contact with Amanda, giving me her passwords, etc. I often found her crying alone, and even my brother and her sister, who she's really close with, told me how distraught she was over everything and depressed over ruining her marriage. After about a week of this, and after seeing how remorseful she was, I decided to sit down with her and talk. She freaked out when I said I wanted to talk. She probably thought I was going to talk about divorce, though I said I wanted to talk about how we are going to move forward. I don't remember the exact words, but I said something along the lines of, "Well, you did make a big mistake and I can't just forgive you for it yet since the hurt is still there. I want you to know that I love you. I know you love me. While I can't promise everything will be back to normal, I do want us to work on our marriage together and grow our magic back. Just know that I don't hate you and don't want you to think less of yourself. Learn from the mistake and never repeat it, but don't punish yourself more than necessary and lose yourself. I want you back, just the way you always were." When I was finished, she burst into tears and cried for a few minutes on my chest. She said that I had taken a massive burden off her heart and conscience. She thanked me heaps and said she'd never let anyone even touch her apart from me, and how grateful she was for the chance to be with her love. We both shared some of our deepest feelings about this incident and the relationship itself. It was an incredibly intimate heart-to-heart conversation, and we didn't hide anything. She also came clean about one more thing. She said when Amanda used to touch her, she sometimes used to get a little aroused and excited and knew it was wrong. So she asked her a few times to dial down her touchiness, but also didn't want to lose her as a friend. This is important because it proves that my wife had emotional battles regarding her sexuality even before. I told her I really appreciated her opening up to me and quashing all the secrets. We kept on talking about the marriage, our wedding day, all our beautiful moments. She told me that she thinks she's bisexual and promised never to use it as an excuse to cheat again. I told her that in the future I might consider letting her explore other women with or without me, like a threesome or even just her and another woman, but only with my permission, and she agreed. For the first time in days, I saw my bubbly wife again. I also told her that I'm taking her on a date the next day, and she gleamed with joy. The date went incredibly well. I was surprised when she came from the room after getting dressed. She was wearing a beautiful red dress and looked stunning. I complimented her and she blushed. The night was good and we talked a lot. We had gone to a nice restaurant. It pretty much felt like a first date, high on emotions and excitement. Then we went stargazing. In terms of our relationship, everything is good now and we feel much better compared to last month. However, a few days after our date, we found out from some of her friends that Amanda had taken a few pics of my wife that night, though I took care of it and got everything deleted because she freaked out as soon as I mentioned legal actions. My wife is very pissed at her, so I think the Amanda chapter is closed forever now. Thank you to everyone who gave good advice. Edit. After reading the comments, I think I'll ask my wife to sign a post-nup.
So your wife came out as bisexual and she cheated on you with another girl, her so-called BFF. And in your tiny mind, the solution is to allow her to explore other people sexually and maybe even a threesome. Yeah, definitely, OP. A threesome will definitely happen, but it will not involve you. I will for sure be looking out for your next update. I really want to hear just how shitty this turns out for you. I'll be seeing you again in a few months, maybe? Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.